now you probably have heard that a certain vice president isn't going to make the third time the charm. In fact, he isn't going to make it a third time. Joe Biden taking himself out of this presidential race when it seemed just 24 hours ago. Well, almost seems like minutes ago. He was doing everything that seemed to be telegraphing a move. To a former Texas governor, a former presidential candidate, Rick Perry, on what he makes of that. The read, Governor, it's very good to have you, sir. The read is that he just reassessed things, and Republicans are delighted. They figure Hillary Clinton's a better person to run against than Joe Biden. I don't know if that's the case. That's their read. What do you think of this?
Well, certainly anyone who puts themselves up for public office, Joe Biden and I don't agree a lot on the political side of things, but I certainly do take my hat off to him for the years that he's given to this country in the political process. So I thank him for that. With that said, I'm sure that Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders have breathed a sigh of relief and will now go full time to get his endorsement. So I don't think it has a big impact on the Republican side, but he was a very capable individual.
All right. Now, right now, according to the latest polls, he was the one who had the best shot, and these are fleeting, of beating any of the top Republican candidates. Now, Hillary Clinton was losing to those top Republican candidates. No one's voted yet. We're a long way from that. But do you agree with some of your colleagues who seem to say better to run against a Hillary Clinton than a Joe Biden?
Well, whoever the Democrats are going to put up, it's going to be an individual that thinks more government, bigger government. So it'll be hopefully a candidate on the Republican side that believes in less government, more freedom, and to create an economy where the people in the country have more freedom with how they spend their money. The Democrats believe that we're not smart enough to decide how to spend our money. We'll take most of it from you and then we'll redistribute it. That's not the policy I think Americans want. So, but anyway, regardless of who the Democrats put up, I think the Republicans have as good a chance in a long time to regain the White House, and certainly with control of the Congress and the Senate, we can get some things done and get this country back on track again.
Right now, it looks like Donald Trump is that guy. What do you think?
I think whoever wins the Republican nomination, I'm going to be for and working towards it, whoever that may be. It's a long time, as you know.
Even Donald Trump, you guys have said nasty things about each other.
Listen, we've had our issues, and I will continue to point out where I disagree with any of the candidates. But the fact is, whoever the Republican Party puts up is going to be substantially better for this country than a government knows best. In the case of Bernie Sanders, a real life socialist.
So even Donald Trump,
Hillary's right in there behind him.
All right, well, that surprises me because I had Donald Trump on here a few days ago, and he still talks about you. I want you to listen to this. Do you ever think that you hit back a lot harder, that they come at you with a pea shooter and you come back at them with a bazooka?
Well, they're not really pea shooters. They're very vicious. I mean, Perry went to Washington and made a whole half-hour speech about me.
He's not letting go, Governor. I don't know what happened between you two. I don't know if I can work on broker a peace pipe agreement here, but what is it with you two?
Well, I don't think a peace pipe agreement needs to be done. I don't mind pointing out when I disagree with someone, whether it's on issues like private property rights. I mean, again, I know more about the border than anyone that was running for the presidency, and his idea that, he brings some good issues to the table. Obviously, the border needs to be secured, but I don't think you're going to build a wall and make Mexico pay for it. And I'm going to point that out, that I think I do know better how to deal with that, and there were some substantial ways to make that border more secure and not just be throwing rhetoric out there. So when I just hear rhetoric, I'm going to point it out and say, hey, listen, this is not correct and I don't agree with it. But at the end of the day, whether it's Donald Trump, whether it's Jeb Bush, whether it's Carly Fiorina, whether it's Ben Carson, or any of the other candidates, whoever our nominee is, you can bet I'm going to be working hard to see them elected president of the United States and get this country back on track.
All right. Now, as you know, Joe Biden, if you'd missed the first minute of his remarks, you'd almost think he was running for president. But he had posited all of that in the eyes of many as a possibility he still could. In other words, that if she implodes, he's there at the ready. Do you think he is?
I think he's analyzed very well that getting in late is problematic. I did that in 2011. I got in very, very late, and obviously that didn't work out very well for me. So I think he has wisely looked at this, analyzed it, talk to a lot of people and come to the right conclusion. I respect him for that. And again, I respect him for his long years of service to this country.
Now, Governor, very quickly, I mean, when you stepped out and then later Scott Walker, I know it was Governor Walker who said, well, we all have to unite around essentially an alternative to Donald Trump, and that he was almost compelling those who were in the single digits to seriously consider doing so. They've not leapt at that opportunity. Are you surprised?
Not necessarily. I think this is a process of distillation, and that's what's going on. I don't think there's any great rush by anyone to get out, and certainly not any rush by me to endorse a candidate. There's plenty of time here to look at all of the positions, to
Governor,
query these candidates.
You were polling better than half a dozen of the guys still in the race, and they're still in the race.
Well, as I shared with you the week after I got out, there were two things that had to happen last summer for me to be a legitimate candidate. One of them was standing on that main debate stage, missed it by 0.2 of 1 point, and the other one is this indictment that's still out there.
Yeah.
It is a corrosive effect on me. It's a corrosive effect on my ability to raise money. And when you run out of money, it's like running out of fuel in your aircraft. Find a place to safely land.
Yeah, there is that. Governor, thank you very, very much. Good seeing you
You're
again.
welcome, Neil. It's good to be with you always.